Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, this lesson is a lesson touching multiple topics because we're in a very serious time and there's so many things going on. And as you know, the top devil on the planet Earth, the most powerful man, or was the most powerful man, or at least he was definitely up there, which I believe he was. And he died. He died yesterday. And now he's in the spirit world, and now he knows the truth. Okay, which he's always really known the truth because these elites. They know that they're Edomites. They know that we're the Israelites. They understand that according to the prophecies, they're going to go into captivity under us. And the Heavenly Father and His Son is against them. But now he has to face that reality that he's going to have to be punished. And this is likened unto the parable with Lazarus and the rich man. Okay, and I'm going to get that. Because these Edomites, they represent the rich man, and we represent Lazarus. Okay, I'm going to say that again. These Edomites represent the rich man, and we represent Lazarus. Okay, let's see if this... Gotta get these words perfect. These particular things. So you know what? Let's do this. And this is all on the fly. This is not scripted. Okay. This is Luke 16 and verse 19. And it reads, "There was a certain rich man, which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day." Okay, and these Edomites, especially these elites, they have fared sumptuously. Okay, the Rothschilds are worth, they say hundreds of trillions of dollars, but it's really liquid. Okay, in other words, you can't really put a number on it like that. They own so much things. They, remember, all these different corporations, for the most part, are owned by 5 companies. Okay, you have to understand that. So it's a small percentage of people that own a good percentage of the world's wealth. I don't remember if it's 50% or something along those lines. But these devils have been living on the highest horse you can possibly think of. They drink the best of the best. They have access to the best foods. They have access to the best women. Okay, they have access to all these things. Although they're into their PDF files and all things like that. But they have access to these things. But the way they make it seem is they don't want you to know that they have all this money. They don't want you to know. Like, there was a particular interview with this individual, and the interviewer mentioned to him that you are, this guy's super duper rich, and he looked at him with like a look of like, why the hell would you say that? Because they don't want people to know. They're not like you Jakes, okay? You so-called black men and Latinos and Native Americans. When you get a little money, you want to show it off and show off what you got. They don't want people to know what they have, because then you start putting the pieces of the puzzles together. So let me see if I can find that interview. I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube, but See if I can find it. Oh man, no, it's actually Evelyn Rothchild. Specifically Evelyn Rothchild, not just. Let's take it in here. Let me see something. It could be this one. Could be this one.
Well, I think mostly I'm still in bonds, government bonds. Maybe I've missed the market. But I saw a very intelligent man that you had on television, as you have some very bright people the other day, who said, that, which I agree with completely, the stock market doesn't really reflect the economy of a country. People found the opportunity of putting money in the stock market and probably done very well. And
no,
maybe the stock market
it's not this one. It's not this one. And this is Jacob Rothschild. Okay. These devils, some creepy looking devils, boy. Could it be this one? Nah, yeah, it's this guy. It's this guy. You can see the look. You can see the look on his face right there.
Cosmetics are not tested on animals. If your coffee beans are ethical, and how that business treats their people.
Hold on. You can see the look on his face right here.
I want to get the read now to Sir Evelyn Rothschild. Of course, he's a sir, so you have to call him sir. It's a big deal. He's also a gazillionaire, billionaire, very successful. Has worked in and out of.
You see that look you just gave him? Like, why the hell would you say something like that? That was the look he just gave this man. Let me replay that after he said that.
Of course, he's a sir, so you have to call him sir. It's a big deal. He's also a gazillionaire, billionaire, very successful. Has worked in and out of the media. Great writer. Your view of
he was not happy about that. He was not happy about that. Why wasn't he happy about it? Because he didn't want that to be exposed. You see, the way Esau works, Esau moves in secrecy. See, you Jakes, you would love that. You know, if you go tell Jay-Z, oh, you're a billionaire, you know, they feel good about that. Oh, he's like, yeah, I'm a billionaire. I came from Marcy Projects, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, I'm just doing what I gotta do. Whatever the hell he's gonna say, he's gonna revel in that. They don't revel in that. They're not. They don't want people to know what they have. Okay. Let's get. What's that? Psalm 64. No. Actually, no. What I want to get is in Job. It's in Job. Right, beautiful. This is Job 24 in verse. I'll start at verse 16. It says, "In the dark they dig through houses which they had marked for themselves. In the daytime they know not the light." Okay, so meaning they do different things and different plots to steal and to take things in the dark. You know, they already set these things up beforehand, and then they might set up a false event or something to happen that they can use as an excuse, like what they're doing in Haiti right now. Okay, that's all part of the plan. The fact that old president, he got put to death, the older one, because which that guy that's there now, he's not even the president. I believe he's really like the vice president or something like that. But he got put to death because he didn't comply with the juice. All right, he didn't want to give the people the juice. He said, "No, we got herbs, we got natural things that we're going to deal with." And then all of a sudden you had some which were American assassins came and took him out, man. What a coincidence. No, that's not a coincidence. That's them digging in the dark. Okay, and now they have a puppet up there that's telling them, "Oh, come on in, and do what you want to do." And the Levites, the Haitian people, which are of the tribe of Levi, they're rejecting it. They're saying, "No, we don't want these people here, man." Okay, they're putting up barricades in front of the oil and all these different things, man. But Esau's a thief, so he doesn't care about what they think. All right. It says, for the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. Okay, so what does it mean the morning is to them as the shadow of death? The morning represents the light, represents the truth, represents being exposed. Okay, so to them, the truth is as the shadow of death. That's why he gave that look. Like, why would you say something like that? Okay, if one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. Why? Because they're fugitives. So if someone finds them out, guess what? They're gonna look to persecute them. Okay, so this is how they operate. They operate in secret. Even these different legislations they pass, they'll put up a whole bunch of distractions on the TV screen to distract the average person, while they're in the background signing hundreds of legislations that people have no clue what it's about, what it means. They have that forked tongue when they speak. They call it lawyer language or whatever they call it. That's why Kanye said they couldn't understand these artists can't understand their contract. Things are supposed to be plain. It's supposed to be plain. It's supposed to be clear. But the way the devil operates, he doesn't want it to be clear, because if it's clear, he's in the danger of the shadow of death. Okay, this is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And let me show you something. These people, like this devil here, he's the one that's on top of all these things. They own the Federal Reserve. Okay, they are the ones that start these wars, that fund both sides of the war. These are the devils that do these things. They control the earth. The earth is in their hands. Okay, and they're the ones behind these different legislations and things like that. Okay, is there infighting amongst them? Yeah, there's different disagreements and things like that. But at the end of the day, they move as a unit. When it comes to that NWO. Okay, it says this is Isaiah 10 in verse 2. Now it says, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And that's all that they're set up to do, is to rob, to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Let's get Psalms 64th chapter. This is Psalm 64. And we're going to get back to that parable, okay? But I just want to read a couple of things. This is Psalm 64 and verse 1. It says, hear my voice, O Most High, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. That they may shoot at this imperfect at the secret, suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. And trust me, they have a lot of things being prepared for those that believe on Yahweh Shai, those that believe in his truth, those that know that they're Israelites. They have a lot of things prepared for you. And it's not a vacation. Okay? They got a lot of death and destruction and troops and things like that they have that they plan on sending over to you, because this truth is exposing them too much. This truth is becoming a real thorn in their side. So they have to create different plots and different demonization tactics to come against the elect. Okay, let's get Revelations 12 and verse 12. Okay, let's pull it up here. This is Revelations 12. Matter of fact, I'll go up to verse 10. Okay, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And this is what they're set up to do. They're set up to accuse us, to slander us. When you look up this word accuse, it's categoreo. Okay, categoreo, that's where you get the word categorize from. Right? They put you in a box. They say, no, these people are like this. Like we had this demonic Christian that came up the other day, and he tried to say, you guys are violent. I said, violent? What have we done that was violent? We've been out here preaching, me, myself, I've been out here preaching for years in that particular spot. And where have I shown violence? When has any of the brothers that I'm with shown violence? See, so that's an accusation. That's a categorizing, and that's what they're getting ready to do, so that they can make they can have an excuse to do what they're gonna do to us. Okay, they use these buzzwords. They're extremist, fringe group, and all these different buzzwords, which most people don't even know what they mean. Okay, like the word radical, right? That goes back to meaning of the root. Going back to the source, the root. Okay, so in that sense, we are radical. Okay, but not in the sense that they're pushing, like we're violent and strap bombs to yourself. No, that's not what it means to be radical. Okay, this is Revelations 12:11. It says, "And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb." We're gonna overcome them by Yahushua. That's how we're gonna overcome them, because he died. He sacrificed himself on the cross, and that blood covers the elect, okay, that believe on him, and by the word of their testimony. And we're testifying this truth. They're testifying against these devils, and they love not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, so this is it. All right. Let's go back to that parable, because I have to get to camp, so I'm just trying to get through this fairly quickly. This is Luke 16:19 again. Now it says, "There was a certain rich man, which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day." And I just showed you how extremely wealthy these Edomites are, through their thievery, through their wickedness, through their cunning devices. But ultimately, the Heavenly Father gave the earth into their hands. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, and we represent Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. And the sores represent what? The curses, the tribulation that Jake has to go through. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores, meaning those other nations, meaning they benefited from Jake being down. And that goes back to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Let's get that. Okay, because these other nations, they're also known as dogs. Remember, the Lord spoke to that woman. He said that it is not meet to give the children's meat unto the dogs, which, even though she was an Israelite by blood, she was actually acting like a heathen. She was following after heathen customs. So once you do that, you're basically cast off from Israel. You're actually looked at as a dog as well. Okay, which we were all once in that state. Now this is Deuteronomy 28 in verse go up a bit. Oh, this is it. Okay, this is Deuteronomy 28:43. It says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low." That's what the dogs represent that licked our wounds. Okay, which represents these other heathens, basically benefiting off of Jake. That's why you'll have a neighborhood that's full of Jakes, full of Israelites, and who will own the restaurants, who will own the stores. You have the so-called Chinese, you have the so-called Arabs, you have the so-called East Indians. Even the Hamites, okay, showing you there's a difference between the Hamites, which are the so-called Africans, mostly East and East Africa, and so on and so forth, right? Those are in some of Central Africa, right? Which those are predominantly a different people, okay? Those are predominantly Hamites, and there's a difference between the Hamites and the Israelites. This is Luke 16:21. It says, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Now, this is why you got these certain jakes, they get up to a certain level, but really they're only getting the crumbs because they're profiting mostly off of your talent. They're the team owners. They're they run the music industry. Okay, you jakes are just getting the crumbs. And how much more you average jakes? You see what I'm saying? It says, moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. See, Evelyn Rothchild, he's not in hell. These devils, when they died, even the wickedest people on the earth, which they are of the wickedest people on the earth, they don't go and burn forever. Nobody burns forever in some underground world. That's a fable that was created by the Catholic Church, okay, in order to scare people to give tithes. That's not biblical. When you speak about hell, it's speaking about two things. It's speaking about a condition, meaning a low condition, and it's also speaking about the grave. Okay, you find Hades, you'll find Gehenna, which was a place where they used to bury dead animals and things of that nature, or put garbage and things like that. And then you had what was the last one I'm thinking? Sheol, okay, in the Hebrew, which just means grave. Okay. So you have to get into that. You have to understand that, okay? Which I'll probably do a lesson on that at some point. All right. So he was in other words, he after that lifetime, he was in a low position, and that's what's getting ready to come to these elites. These elites, when they come back, and some of them are going to go transition from this kingdom directly to captivity, because we're in that time when Yahushua is going to come back. And when he comes back, he's coming to take down this rulership and set up the Israelites. Okay, and they're about to play the parts of the servants. Okay, it says, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed. All right, means there's going to be a big separation between an Israelite and an Edomite in that day. So that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither. Oh, excuse me, let me read that again. So that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house, for I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into the place of unto this place of torment. Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. Okay, so at the end of the day, if Evelyn is wishing that he could come back down and tell them to give everything to the Israelites, that he might get a lesser sentence, okay, and the time to come, but that's not possible. Okay, the Lord has set them up to be the wicked and to do what they're doing. Okay, so that's what's next for this guy. Next for this guy is captivity. All right, so anyways, I could get Psalms 149 and all that, but for the sake of time, we're gonna jump to dealing with this blood moon, man, because this blood moon was very heavy, man, very, very heavy. And I saw it. This was the first time I believe I ever saw a blood moon actually in the sky. And I took a picture, sent it to the brothers. Okay, it said last blood moon lunar eclipse until 2025. Now, the fact that it's the last one and it's eclipse and it's an eclipse and it aligned with the sun, I believe. Okay, things like that. That shows you that we're in a time of great judgment. Okay, and I saw one of them angels that came by the camp. I saw him walking one day, and he had a very angry look on his face. Okay, and he's an angel through the spirit. Okay, He had a very angry look on his face. All right. One day I saw him. All right. And that let me know that judgment is near, that he's coming, and there was another angel we saw that brothers all believe that was an angel through the spirit. And he had like what looked like blood on his garment. Okay. So this letting you know, and this is what, a blood moon. So it's showing you what time we're coming in. And by the way, the 8th of every month has been significant. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And that means something. The so-called queen, she died on the 8th, I believe, on the 8th of, was it August or something like that? And a bunch of things happened on the 8th of this month. A brother posted something dealing with that. So that's showing you these things are spiritual, man. This is spiritual. The Lord is speaking, man. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is speaking. And the ones that don't get right, when the doors of mercy close, it's going to be too late. And I'm going to end it off on this, man, for the sake of time. This is Luke 21:25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea, and the waves roaring. Okay, showing you that these different signs are testimonies of testaments of the end, and they mean things. Okay, we don't have that full knowledge like we used to have in the ancient world, but these things, they have meanings to them. This is Ecclesiasticus 43:6. It says, he made the moon also to serve in her seasons for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. Okay, so it's a declaration that's being made with these things. Okay, and we know that the declaration has to do with judgment. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem B'chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you. I came out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. With that, I'll say shalom.